Hello everyone, today we are going to start creating our own NFT Metaverse gallery, where we can load our favorite NFT collections, walk around and find out. Let's go. For those who don't know me, I'm the one, and I've been into Unity game and application development for over a decade. So today we will be using the Unity engine to develop our NFT gallery. Let's start with downloading Unity. You can go to the unity.com and press download button. After that, you can press another download button that's gonna appear to start downloading process. Okay, let's continue with opening Unity Hub setup. Select the location you want to install the Unity Hub and wait some time until the installation. Run Unity Hub. Let's press installs. You will not have any versions here, so press install editor. You can install any version with long-term support. Let's install this one. So we need only WebGL build support version for this one. Select and press install. Okay, now we need to wait some time until everything installed. Installation can take some time, but after that you can go and start a new project. Let's go to the projects and start a new project. Press new project, go to the, let's say, we need Universal 3D and press download template. After that, let's name the project Metaverse NFT gallery. Let's select the location and press create project. We have project created. Okay, now we need to wait some time until project setup ended. Okay, we can see our brand new project has been created. Let's go and install some packages that we're gonna need. Go to the window, package manager, and we gonna need this Pro Builder. To find this one, you need to select Unity registry and find this in the list of the packages. Just write down Pro Builder and you're gonna see it here in this list. Yes, select it, press install. Wait some time until the installation over. Okay. After that, we need to install another package called ProGrids. Press plus button here, go to add package by name, type home Unity ProGrids, press add. Unity will find this package. Wait some time. After that, you can see ProGrids package in your list. It's automatically installed. Now you can close this window. After the installation, we can see a few elements that appeared. If this window didn't appear, go to Tools, ProGrids window, and it should appear on the screen. Basically, what we have done, we installed a few packages that are gonna give us opportunity to build the world, to build the environment. There are a few windows here, and I will explain it very simple way, I guess. This is a scene window. This is the window where we can create basically environment, create worlds, We can add objects here, for example. And this is a game window that we actually see what is going on the scene window. I can disable a few things so you can see the pure, basically, scene window, how it is. This is skybox of the environment, like sky basically. And here we have certain cube that we added just for test. Like we can add, let's say, sphere, right? We can make it different positions, different everything. And we have a few objects here. Every object appear in this hierarchy. This called scene. The scene can contain objects. And those objects can be like buildings in the game. And we're going to create the environment using the same principles. Here we have a main camera, and those camera positioned, right, certain ways. This gizmo button that give us opportunity to basically see additional objects that, like, for example, camera perspective. This is a perspective of the camera, how it looks on the world, how we see world. And this is the actual world. Here in the game scene is basically end product of actually what is going on. Like in the game, in the application, you can interact with those objects if you have some logic, right, for that. The packages that we just downloaded can give us opportunity to create environment more advanced way than just like built in. Let's remove these two. This one we don't need for now. Can disable this one. We have a pure scene here with on the camera that located in position 0, 1, -10, and we have certain space, and we're gonna fill up this space. Okay, we're gonna start building the environment using Pro Grids and Pro Builder. Let's open Pro Builder window, go into Tools, Pro Builder, in. You could put it somewhere, let's say here. I need to add some explanation. For example, here I have two windows, right? The inspector window that I haven't mentioned yet. This is the window of settings, basically. The objects that you select in scene or in a project. You can select something in a project, and whatever settings you have or information you have will appear in inspector. You can manipulate these windows how you want, basically. Pro Builder could be used in icon mode or in text mode, wherever you like more. Let's select the grid. So we can see what's going on. You can basically manipulate this window going back, right, forward, stuff like that. If you, for example, pressing the right mouse button, you can view around. And if you hold this button, you can press WSD to move around wherever you want. This is the gizmos that gonna show us more information. Right now we have only two objects in the scene: main camera and directional light. Light give us some light on the scene. This is how it looks without it. Why we still have some light after that, I will explain to you. when times come. Okay, now we need to start creating the environment, the gallery. You can go to the Pro Builder and new shape. And here, how you can create shapes. When you have something, it's even same. And this is how you can move it using these arrows. Here, there. The view that we have from camera will be changed in future. It was a sprite object added for demonstration. Let's remove it and make something more interesting. You can press new shape and select the shape that you want. We are going to use this type of object to select cube. Okay, I just created cube, camera can see. The actual object size, very strange, 5.47, 5.1. You need to use Pro Grids to create objects more correctly, anchoring to certain positions. For that, let's remove this cube. Let's enable the grid. You can select the step of the grid here. This is like a big one. We can change it to 0.25. We will need, for example, 1 or 0.5 most likely for this functionality. Okay, now we need to enable these grids. And what it's gonna do for us, we're gonna create a new shape again. You see there is some anchoring to certain positions. Now we can actually build environment using these anchors and those sizes will be correct in terms of sizes, proportions. Let's create a new shape that's gonna be a foundation for our gallery. Press a new shape, select a start position, and start editing. You can change the perspective by using mouse scroll. I want to make it 20 meters by X and 60 meters by Z. Minus 60. And let's make it 11 by Y. X. Some 7. Okay, now we can press flip normals. You see we can look inside of this area, inside of this shape. But if we zoom in into the shape, we cannot see outside of it because normals were flipped. This is like the area that we are going to work with. Let's look where we are on the game scene. You see the position of the camera looks strange. What we can do, we can, for example, set up the position that we want on scene. Select camera, go to game object, align with view. And we're gonna see the view that we actually want. We can change the position here, or we can set the rotation that we need. Let's say we want 0 rotation for every X. Now, if we look into the game window, we see this view. The plan is basically to create a gallery with different paintings here on the walls, with ability to set up certain collections that we want. And after that, walk around and having fun. Next thing that we need to do to add some textures for our gallery. Let's start with finding the ground texture, and after that we will find something for the walls if we need, and for the roof. Let's go. We can just go to the browser and type parquet seamless textures. For example, I found texture that I need for this project on this website. Select the texture that you want, for example this one, and select download. We need some of those textures for our ground. Press download. Let's go to the assets. Basically, what we have here, this is our project files. Right now we have only scenes folder, settings, and this is what we have basically. These packages, this is the files for packages that installed currently. For example, Pro Builder, Pro Grids is here. We need to create some folders for application structure. Textures. Press right mouse button, create folder. Let's name it textures. Here in this folder, we can add our new textures that we downloaded. When you download the textures, you will see the files in the archive. You need to extract it and add it. If there is something that we are not gonna use, we will delete it afterwards. Here, you can select it and just drag it into the project. Now it's imported. Those are textures that we're gonna need. This is like the main texture, the base texture, and a lot of additional textures for different purposes to create the ground. Now, let's create another folder called materials. Material, this is basically the texture with logic on how these textures should be viewed on the screen. Let's create a new material. Let's name it. This material will be for the floor, so let's name it floor. This is inspector of the material, the data of the material that we just created. And we need to add certain textures here. Go to the texture, select this one, and take it to base material. Select normal map and put it to normal map category. Select. If you're gonna select, for example, certain texture, you see inspector gonna change automatically because inspectors show whatever you select. There is a way to prevent this. For example, if you go to material, you can lock this one here, and whatever you select, nothing gonna happen. It's locked. You're gonna see the exact object that you locked. This could be useful if you editing some stuff here and you don't want it always change the content. Here you can find different way to look to the items. We need to go to Pro Builder. Let's open scene window. There are a few different sections of the Pro Builder interface. This section controlling the whole object. For example, if we in this mode, we can manipulate the whole object at the same time. If we using the vertex selection mode, we can select a certain vertex and do something with that. Modify it whatever strange way our fantasy can appear with. This is the edge selection mode. The same thing for the edge. We can do some very strange and or not strange. Return, Ctrl Z will return back. And this is the mode that we need right now. This is a faces manipulation mode. We can select certain face and do something with that. Let's say we can increase the overall area. We can extrude the face to make it like that and make it like that if we want, you know. We don't need any of that, but we need the face selection. We can select different faces and do something about it. For example, right now we need to select this one, floor, and here we have a lot of different options. Depending on the mode we are in, those will be different. What we need currently for our floor is to set up the material. We don't need to set up material for different stuff. We need to only for the floor. So we should select the material editor. This is the additional window that appears. Let's put it here. Then let's go to material and put it somewhere here. This is like the area of changing materials. We just need to apply it only once. We have it already, and we have it already on the screen, on the game area. We can apply different material. This is like default. This one is the floor material. I want to rotate this area and make it a bigger scale. I will do it right now. Going to Pro Builder, UV Editor. UV Editor is the way to set up UVs for the material. You will understand right now what is going on. You will understand how to manipulate the stuff. You can just set the rotation that you need. Let's say it will be, I want 90 degrees rotation. And I want to change styling. This is too big scale for this one. I want to make it like, I don't know, let's see. Let's make it 4. This is probably will be fine. The tiling should be basically 0.25, 0.25. It's okay for now. Now we need to set up a material for the seal and the walls. Let's go to the materials, create another material. Let's call it wall. Go to inspector. We can manipulate colors, for example. Let's just add it to material editor how it is. We add it to the editor, go back to scene and select the areas that we want. For example, I want all of those areas. I want all the walls and I want ceiling too. We can do this with Shift. Select it, press Alt-3, bam, deselect by using this mode. This is how it looks in the scene. Let's go to the game scene. Let's see what we have. Okay, it's something, but of course it's only start. So let's select the floor material and let's add more textures. Let's add normal map and occlusion map, ambient occlusion. This light structure that we have right now, it's not actually related to our room because we have only directional light right now, and this directional light goes through the whole area inside our gallery. Because we flipped normals, you see, just go through it. It's not realistic. This is not what we need. We need internal lights. So this light is not what you need. To remove this light, we need to remove directional light by selecting it. Just select the directional light and press Del. We still have environment light, and this light is going through our areas too. This would be nice if we had some open space or window, something like that. We need to remove environment light to make it like more realistic. Let's go to window, rendering, lighting, and we need to remove default skybox, set it to none, select ambient color, remove intensity, and this is actually like what we have, the complete darkness. Now let's start adding our own lights that we need for our environment. Right button on the mouse and select light, point light. Let's check what is it. We'll go to inspector, set position 0, 0, 0. This somewhere here. Move it inside our area. This is a point light basically. You can make higher range. This is type of light that have area, that have intensity and color that you can set. Let's just make a white color. We will have lamps here, right on the top. We will have like maybe 5 or 7 lamps here with this type of lights. Ctrl D can copy the object, so you can have a few of them. This toggle to see the gizmos on scene of the object. Let's say we have few. And this is how we see the perspective after the light's been set. We only started with this process because we will go deeper. There are different type of lights. There are different modes. For example, this one is real-time mode, but we're gonna be using baked mode. I will show later how it works. Right now it shows only real-time effect, but soon we will have more interesting view, say. Now let's make a lamp that we are going to use with our lights. I started to search in lamps, and this is what I like. Something like that, something like that. Let's make it in Unity. Okay, let's go back. Let's select Pro Builder, new shape. Let's make it this one, cylinder type of shape. Set size. Set probably. Okay, let's put it somewhere. This type of shape, this is what we need. But there is an issue here. For example, this has too little amount of corners. We need to toggle on the snapping tool. Let's delete it, try again. Let's select slides count. Let's say 25 or 20. Let's increase this to somewhere like that. Now we have it, and we can go, and if you want to adjust these parameters, we can do that too. Let's say W1 and 1. Next thing we need to do. This will be like the internal area of the lamp. Now let's make the external area. How to do that? Let's go select these faces, this shape. Okay, now using the scale tool, enabling the scale tool with faces selected, we can manipulate the scale, but we need to do it a certain way. If we're gonna select this area holding shift and move, you see we can extrude the objects. Right now we have this internal area. Now let's select this internal area too. What do we need to create a specific material if you don't have it? Let's say it's gonna called lamp body, and the second one will be lamp light. Okay, let's do it again. Or let's start with the internal part, whatever. We have it, we can put this both in any of these areas. Now press the apply. This our internal area. Now do the same with external. Change the perspective. Can do it here the same. Okay, now let's apply a lamp body. Now we have two different materials. Let's rename this one to lamp. Now we can change the material of the lamp to have a different view for external and internal areas. For the lamp, we need something like that. This could be metallic or something, plastic, metallic. I found this one in the iron area. I think this will be good for us. Let's import those files exactly the same way as we did before. Let's create a folder for this one. Okay, now let's go and modify the lamp body material. Lock this one. Yeah. First of all, let's go and change the normal texture type to normal map. Now let's go and modify the lamp body material. Lock this one. Select base color. Add normal map. Add metallic. We can add more things, but we're probably not gonna use it. And we can try to manipulate with smoothness. It's hard to say what we need right now, but let's make it something like that. Material will be the best or not the best. You can find another if you want. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about another concept. There are some things that called prefabs. Those things is actually a template of object. Like this one, for example, a separate object on C. This one, this one, this one. In multiple occasions, we need to create multiple instances of the same prefab. Main thing is if you change the prefab, the whole instances change at the same time. So basically right now, if I change anything here, for example, let's unlock this one. For example, I have here intensity. It could be 1, 2, but it does not change the intensity of another lamp. This is not what we need. We need to manipulate all the objects of this certain type. For this one, we are going to create the prefab for our lamp. This object we're gonna call lamp body. And we're gonna create a separate game object, lamp. This one will have a certain position. Let's copy the position of the lamp body and let's set this position for our new object. It appeared in the same position. Now we can put it inside of one another. Our actual lamp object will be the root object of everything inside. We will have only two components here. The actual model that we created and the light. Let's take some light. This was just for example. So we can take this one, let's say. We can set the position for the light. And we can set this light inside. Let's name this one light. Now we're gonna create a prefab. How to do this? Very simple. Just move this one inside the folder of prefabs. Now you have it. We can remove all lights that we had before. Okay, let's select the lamp body and rotate it somewhere 180 degrees. And let's select the light and put it somewhere here. Now we have some kind of lamp. Let's change the scale by Z. Happy. Okay, so how it's gonna work? Now we have prefabs, we can set up lights. Okay, next thing, we have a prefab right now. We can open it to just manipulate the prefab element. This is how it looks. Light is somewhere here. To set up it more correctly, you can do it by using this tool. This will remove perspective, so you can set it, for example, if you want to make it exactly in the middle of area. Okay, if you select the object and you press F, it's automatically change the position to whatever object in. Just like this is a focus basically on the position on the object. Now this is a prefab, this is a scene, and we have the prefab right here. When we change the prefab, everything changes on all the objects. Let's set up it somewhere. Let's make the snap value 1. Snap value, don't remember, this is like the step of entering. For example, if we make 5, this is 5 units, 5 meters. If we're gonna be moving around the object, only every 5 meters it will be entered, snapped to, basically. It will be snapped to every next 5 meters. We want to have it like every 1 meter for now. Okay, let's make a few of those. Let's put this one somewhere here. And let's make a few more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Say every 8. Okay. By the way, if you like a Monopoly type of games or board games, you should definitely check out Rentamania online. This is a blockchain-based game where you can play with your friends, where you can play up to 4 people the same game. There are different pieces, different integrated interesting mechanics. This is a full world, basically open world. You can move around. You can see what's going on. If you like board games, check out Rentamania online. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment. If this video will be interesting, I will make a second part. Have a nice day.